I love Young Justice. And as you can see, so much so that I actually shortened my hair and then I have a Young Justice Superboy t-shirt on. It's not Young Justice Superboy t-shirt, it's just the Superboy t-shirt. But if you guys have been following my channel for a little bit of time now, you'll know that how I started is actually through interviews. My first video was an interview with the voice actress of Korra, and then from there actually I got a chance to connect with Greg Wiseman, who was the producer of Young Justice. We actually made a huge effort on this Facebook page called the Young Justice Protest around July 2016. I was constantly posting, telling people to binge the show, as well as doing interviews with a lot of cast and crew. Together we were able to get a solid following onto this channel, as well as to eventually bring the show back in November 2016. That was 4 years ago, holy simoly. It's been quite a while, but the long journey actually paid off, and that was one of the first achievements of this channel, was to actually help bring Young Justice back by getting enough people active within the community to actually put the steps out in order to get it back. So today, I actually want to show off a little bit of that community. So today we'll be exploring a little bit of that page. We have grown now considerably to 15,000 members, and we are all eagerly awaiting season 4 of Young Justice. It's going to be an amazing ride. I'm sure Greg Wiseman and his team, Brandon Vietti, as well as the cast and crew, the voice actors, do an amazing job every time, knocking it out of the park. But we want to just go through the page today, just to show a little appreciation for that initial community that helped my channel grow, as well as to help bring that awesome show back. So let's go through it today. I've been a pretty big Young Justice fan for a long time. A lot of that stems from my love for the Spectacular Spider-Man show, which Greg Wiseman was a producer on, and then from there I went on to watch Young Justice after the fact. Being a lifelong Teen Titans fan, a lot of the elements sort of basically carried over, but in a very different way, which really focused more on character development, so that's why really drew me to that show and whatnot. I bought this shirt pretty much right before entering college. I used to wear this all the time when I went to the gym to work out, so it's a real throwback for me to put this back on, even though I already got signed by Greg and everything. Alright, so the first post that we have here is that the 25 scripts are done, 22 episodes are fully recorded. This is brilliant news. Young Justice Phantoms is slated to come out sometime next year, and it looks like they're well on their way to producing these episodes. I think it is moved from DC Universe to now HBO Max, so that's where the show is going to end up. I really hope that the ratings do very well. Keep that show going, because we put a lot of effort to make sure that it comes back. This community had a huge part to do in it, as well as some people on the Young Justice Wiki and Young Justice Reddit. So those people also did a great great amount of effort to keep binging the show. What we would do is I would actually make posts during that summer, July of 2016, to encourage people to leave Young Justice on their Netflix shows while they're outside doing stuff. So I would do a post like a day, I think, for several weeks, and then we would all build up to July 4th, because in the show, canonically, July 4th is when all the team had their Independence Day, right? Mild spoilers, if you haven't seen that yet, definitely go watch it. So since it was like that year, I think it was coinciding exactly with the year that Young Justice season 2 happened, but we made July 4th that date, so I coordinated everyone. It's like, okay, this is the day that we're all going to watch this episode and start a massive rewatch party, so I got everyone to do that. That was a huge part of some of the traction that I would do on just the Facebook. I didn't do it on this channel, but I would mainly just do the interviews on this channel. So Facebook group is crowded out with memes. It's a lot of fun. Everyone loves still talking about the show, like years after it's been released. It's been out since 2010, so yeah, wow, 10 years. But it was canceled for most of these last 10 years, so that's why everyone's so excited to get it. Okay, here's my post. Here I have it say, it's been a while since I made a video with the community in mind, so I want to get back on it. And so I'm looking at the best Young Justice memes. I asked people to post their Young Justice memes. This is you. This is you after watching Young Justice. Yes. Jesse McCartney Robin's always going to be a G. Got update our memes. Crewmate, there's one imposter among us. Oh, this is classic. If you haven't seen the show yet, a lot of the draw of Young Justice is how grounded everything is. It takes on this more spy and mission-oriented spin on the superhero genre. So that's kind of what makes it different from a lot of the other shows that are out there. That's why I highly recommend that first season. First season's my personal favorite. I feel like the ranking for me goes season 1, season 3, season 2. They're all great seasons though. And just the best elements of season 1 for me are the amount of character development that's done on each of the characters and how much they're featured. And then this little element of, okay, who's the potential traitor within the team. We got to figure that out, right? So that's my favorite bits of season 1, and this meme actually encapsulates pretty much all of that. Remember the good old days of season 1. Yeah, absolutely. But you used Nightwing. Oh, I know you didn't. He's just happens to be... Okay, got it. I wish this meme is pretty high quality, but there are 2 on the sides. I wish Rocket was in there just to make... Because Rocket is, like, she joins the team a little later. And I wish this was slightly more color coordinated. It's mostly color coordinated, kind of. I think Superboy in black would have made a little more sense. I think the colors are a little off for this, you know, and you've obviously seen my Among Us video, right? So, you know how much I love Among Us. So this is a great meme. I will rate this 8 out of 10 for the 8 team members. All right, here's another meme. Don't lose hope. I'll miss you. Touch the Batmobile and you're fired. I hate this family. That was pretty good. Batman's got the biggest family out of all of them, seriously. He just kind of gives them like a confident nod. I think I remember the scene is like he just gives them a confident nod. Everyone else is like very touching and everything. That's Batman for you. Bruce Greenwood does a great job with that Batman voice. It's not what I'm super used to. I love Kevin Conroy's voice, and I did a lot of studying when I was a kid, just trying to get into voice acting of Kevin Conroy's Batman voice, just because I love that sound so much. But Bruce Greenwood did a great job in this role. Yeah, Bruce Greenwood's Batman sounds a little older to me, which is odd because I think Kevin Conroy is older, but he's got this little kind of, it sounds a little bit like he's also like, it lends a little more to his human side, I feel like, because the way Kevin Conroy does it is that he has Batman and then he's got the Bruce Wayne, which is a little softer. But then I think the really great thing about Bruce Greenwood's interpretation is that it's like very Batman, but then the moments of his humanity just kind of see through, especially because Young Justice is such a show which is focused on, like, you know, just how they operate with this team, this covert team and whatnot. Bruce Greenwood does a great job at capturing this side of Batman with the humanity seeping in from moment to moment. So that is probably my favorite part of Bruce Greenwood's interpretation of Batman, in Young Justice specifically. He's done the voice in other films too, which has been really great as well. I think Under the Red Hood was one of the most significant ones, and I've seen that film before. But the way he does it, and there's this great scene in season 1 which where he gets a chance to really bond with the young Robin, was probably one of my favorite just elements of that first season of Young Justice. So I can rave forever about season 1 of Young Justice. Let me know you guys want me to do that video. So it'd be cool to do a rewatch video and actually go through the whole show again, since it's been a while myself since I've seen the show. But season 3 was fantastic. It knocked it out of the park all the same. Person. So what are your talents? I can read, write. I know the names of things. Yeah, it's really weird to think that Superboy is so young. You know, I think Greg Weisman before talked about the breakout nature of Superboy and how he just developed. I think for me, based on just season 1, my favorite characters are probably Robin, Artemis, and Superboy. I think for me, like when I watch something, the elements of how grounded the characters are really just stick it out for me, right? So, I mean, obviously, you got Robin, who, following from my love of him from Teen Titans, is a very different interpretation of Robin. He's a very young kid. He's like 13 at the time. And, you know, I think I was probably just a little older than that Robin, so like when I first started Young Justice, so I kind of, like, I gravitated towards that. I liked Artemis a lot because in the same right, she was extremely grounded too, because she also didn't have powers as well. Completely just out of her element, bow and arrow girl. I really liked how different that was from everyone else. And she's like really smart too, which is the cool thing. One of the first episodes of Young Justice I actually watched was the episode where Artemis and Robin have to team up, and it's just the two of them fighting against very powered and overwhelming odds. Just the limitation of those two characters and the fact that they have to use their intelligence in combination with very limited skill sets and just very grounded powers is just, that really sold the world for me, I think, and that's what really made those two some of my favorite characters. And I definitely love the fact that Stephanie Limlin is a really cool person in real life. That doesn't hurt either. Haven't met Jesse McCartney yet for these interviews. She's kind of really up there, you know, in terms of the stardom. So, but we'll try to get him on set eventually to do an interview at some point. Let me know if you guys want to see that. I will do my best on my end to try to reach out and make next interviews happen. And of course, Superboy, Nolan North. Man, what a great way to ground a typically overpowered character. I think at the time, like Superman to me back then was like, okay, well, he's really overpowered, obviously, right? So then how do we take the concept of Superman and really ground him in something that just makes a lot of sense? And this is, I mean, this meme kind of reflects that. He can do some things. He's very young. Like, he's younger than everyone else. He's like, maybe like, I forget at the beginning, because he's a clone, right? So he's not entirely, you know, out of the womb yet. Maturity wise and character wise, right? It's very different from everybody else. He doesn't feel like he relates in a lot of way. He very much encapsulates the teen angst of early Young Justice, and that's kind of what is a cool element of him. Yeah, the way Nolan North plays him is fantastic. He can play young Superboy and then Superman at the same time. And I think I really like the elements of having to live up to the expectations of whatever came before you. So he's very pressured season 1 to have to live up to the expectations of Superman. And the growth and maturity that he displays from season 1 to season 3 is one of the coolest arcs probably for me in modern American animation. So highly recommend the show just based on Superboy's arc. Definitely was a breakout character for me as well. I did not expect to like him as much as I did on the show. Alright, so those are just a few of the memes that I was able to get back from a post I made a few days ago. I hope you guys enjoyed this look back into the Young Justice fan community. I will leave a link there if you want to join. We just keep things pretty civil. Make sure that there's no, like, you know, nothing crazy going on. I know there's like a good mix of people in there, but it's a great place for everyone to discuss their favorite shows and everything. We don't try to police too hard, but we just make sure that, you know, trolls are out of the place. Yeah, it's a pretty good place, and we have like a spoiler discussion section so people can keep talking about the show, even though like we've been waiting for a little bit for season 4. I think there were some delays because of coronavirus, because Greg likes to really record all his voice actors together in the same room, which really helps to add to the show, in my opinion. But you know, season 4 is on the horizon. It's coming soon, and this is going to be a place that blows up when that does come out. So I do encourage you all to take a look over there. If you haven't seen Young Justice, please give it a watch. Highly recommend the show. If you have seen Young Justice, what's your favorite episode? Like I said, mine was the Robin and Artemis episode, since I have like a lot of attachment to just that first instance where they got to work together. And if you want to add even more, tell me your favorite character from Young Justice right now in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.